A panel of 5 justices of the Constitutional Court on Friday this week unanimously ruled that it is unconstitutional for a judge to accept duties assigned to him in the executive arm of government if they don't resign from the judiciary. The case started with former Kampala lawyer Bob Kasango challenging his prosecution for fraud by Justice Mike Chibita, then serving as DPP. Years after the case was resolved with Kasango being convicted to serve 16 years in jail, the judges have ruled that the appointment of Justice Mike Chibita as DPP while still serving as judge was inconsistent with the Constitution. The court ruled that Chibita's appointment contravened the doctrine of separation of powers.
The judges all agreed that you cannot work in two arms of government. If you are to be appointed in another arm of government, according to their judgment, you are supposed to resign as a judge and then take up the other post in the other arm of government.
And they are now pointing to the appointment of the current chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Byabakama, and the current Director of Public Prosecutions, Justice Jane Frances Abado, both of whom are also judges.
Unless it is challenged in the Supreme Court, but as of now it stands that the judgment which is governing.
Several lawyers have welcomed the Constitutional Court ruling.
So in essence, what that means is you cannot be appointed to institutions like the Inspectorate of Government, you can't be appointed as IGG, you cannot be appointed as the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecutions.
The consequences of it would be that judicial officers now holding positions in the executive arm of government are doing so illegally. It would require them to leave those offices immediately or for them to decide whether to resign from the judiciary. And so the DPP, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, now have to begin to ask themselves serious questions as to what this decision means to them.
However, Nicholas Opio argues that the president has previously ignored a similar ruling and continued to appoint judicial officers into executive positions.
In the case of Jim Muhwezi and others versus the Attorney General, the same court pronounced itself and said the appointment of a judicial officer to the office of the Inspector General of Government, in this case it was Lady Justice Faith Mwanda, was unconstitutional, was a violation of the principle of separation of powers, and declared that appointment illegal. That decision was ignored. Not only did she serve her term, her successor, Lady Justice Irene Mulia-Gonja, was appointed from the bench to serve as IGG in complete disregard of the ruling of the court.
If a Supreme Court appeal of this matter fails, Byabakama and Abado have two options to either resign from the judiciary or leave their current positions.
Because that means if you continue to hold office and your actions are challenged, they will be declared void ab initio.
We are going to get into the realm of the absurdity, namely that government institutions will be imperiled for fear that any decision by holders of such offices would be deemed illegal.
Justice Mike Chibita has since left the job of DPP and returned to the judiciary, where he now sits as a Supreme Court judge. Jingo Francis, NTV.